everybody, I'm Jackie, the Math Guru. If you like the videos, please subscribe. So today we're going to talk a little bit about geometry, but the area and the volume. So we're going to start with the area of a circle. The area of a circle is pi radius squared. Radius is just from the midpoint to any endpoint on the circle, so just go from here to there. And we're just going to plug it into the formula. Now these formulas, you're not going to have to remember it because they're going to be given to you in the formula sheet when you take your tests. It's going to look something like this. So they're all in here. You don't have to remember them. So for the first one, for the circle, we have pi radius squared. What we're going to do, just substitute this r with whatever they're telling us right here. So that will be area is equal to pi times 2.1 squared. At this point, what we're going to do, just put it into the calculator. We're going to put 2.1 squared times pi. It will give us 13.85. And we're talking about feet. Since we square it, we have to square it right here. The way you're going to put it into the calculator, remember we're using the calculator, the TI-30XA. So you're going to start with the pi. You're going to press this button. Pi times 2.1 x squared equals, and that should give us your answer as 13.85 feet squared. So the pi is right underneath the second, it's the second one, and then the x squared is in the same row. Just go over to the third one, and that's your square. That's going to be for your circle. Now, sometimes in the circle, they're going to give you the diameter. The diameter means 2 radius. So the diameter is from an endpoint going through the midpoint to another endpoint. That means r times r. So how many r's? R plus r. How many r's do we have? We have a total of 2 r's. So if you're giving the diameter, you're asking for the area, just divide the diameter by 2 to get your radius. So for the trapezoid for the area of the trapezoid is going to be equal to half base 1 plus base 2 divided times h. So base 1 and base 2 are just top and bottom. It doesn't necessarily have to be that the base 1 has to be at the top, base 2 has to be in the bottom. It could be the other way around because you're still adding them. So that's the first thing that we're going to do. We're going to rewrite it, base 1 as 5 inches plus the bottom, which is 8 inches, times our height, which is 4.2 inches. So the first thing that we have to do is do our parentheses, the 5 plus 8, plus 5 plus 8 is 13, and then 4.2. This exactly, you're going to put it into the calculator. We're going to start with the 13. So it's going to be 13 times 4.2 divided by 2. Whenever you have a fraction, just divide it by the bottom number. It just makes it easier versus putting 1/2 into the calculator. So once we put that 13 times 4.2 divided by 2, it gives us a total of 27.3 inches squared. Whenever we're talking about the area, whatever units of measure that we have will always be square. When we're talking about the volume, the units of measure are going to be cubed or to the 3rd power. So now let's look at the cylinder. So the volume means how much do we need, for instance, in this case, let's think about it as a can of soda. How much of the soda, liquid soda, do we need to fill it up? That's a volume, basically. Just how much do we need to fill it up? So we're going to figure this out again. You don't have to remember the formula for none of these. They're going to be given to you. So we're just going to have to plug it in. The height has to go from the midpoint all the way down. So this is our height, this is our radius. For the cylinder, it's going to be our base area, which is the circle. We have a circle top and bottom. That's our base area, which is pi radius squared. Pi radius squared times our height. So we're going to plug it in. It's equal to pi. Our radius is 1.75 inches squared, and our height is 4.5 inches. So this, we're going to put it into the calculator. We're going to put pi times 1.75 square times 4.5, and it should give us our answer to be, let's see, pi times 1.75 square times 4.5. And it's a total of, so the volume is 43.295, and we're talking about inches. Right here we have 2, right here we have 1, so it's inches to the third power or cube. So that's the difference between areas and volume. Volume, we say we have 3, it means we're multiplying 3 things. Right here we have 2, so that means we're multiplying 2 things. For the sphere, now the sphere, think about it as a ball. How much air do we need to fill up the ball? So we're gonna be using this formula, 4/3 times pi times radius cubed. So I'm gonna rewrite the formula, but instead of the r, I'm gonna substitute it with 7.8 because that's what they're telling us as our radius. So it's gonna equal to 4/3 pi, and then right here I'm gonna put it in parentheses, 7.8 to the third power. So the way we're gonna put it into the calculator, we're gonna start with the top divided by the bottom. So we're gonna say 4 times pi times 7.8. But remember that this 7.8 is to the third power. So on this calculator, there's a button that's YX. Some other calculators have XY. Some actually have X cubed. So depending on the calculator that you're using, and this one we have YX, this means that the next number I'm gonna give the calculator is an exponent, treat it as an exponent, so we're gonna put the 3. So 4 times pi times 7.8 cubed divided by the bottom, which is 3. Exactly like this, just put it into the calculator, and we get so 1,987.79. We're talking about centimeters to the third power. We put centimeters right here to the third power. This is your volume. And the last one will be our cone. Our cone is similar to the cylinder. We're using the same thing, pi radius squared times h. The only thing that for the cone is we are dividing it by 3 or multiplying it by 1/3. So our volume for this one will be 1/3. Our radius is 2.3. So 2.3 square times our height, which is 7.2. The way we're gonna put it into the calculator, just put 2.3 square times 7.2 divided by 3, and it should give us our final answer as 2.3 square times 7.2 divided by 3, 12.696 centimeters to the third power. So this will be our volume. Remember that for these, the volume, area, everything's going to be given to you. And if you like the videos, please subscribe to the channel.